free. I steal your soul to the deep. If you don't ride with me, while the devil's free, I ride with somebody else.
All right. All right. This is going to be the last one of the night. There's some dust on it. So far this evening, this Saturday night, well, now it's a Sunday morning, I had a gin and tonic. It was a Bombay Sapphire and supermarket tonic. And following that, I had a Magnus from Highland Park. And following the Magnus from Highland Park, I had, what is it that I had? I know I had something. Why am I drawing a blank? It was something pretty good. Oh, yes, Russell's 10-year-old. That was a revisit of something that I did almost 3 years ago. And then I had the Trois Casques from Macaloni's, the Victoria Caledonian Distilleries vatting of Ben Rinnes and Glenlossie. I had the 56.5% next to the 46% alcohol by volume version. And they are different whiskeys if you just take them at face value, but if you add water to the 56.5, it gets closer to the 46% alcohol by volume, but it's not the same whiskey because, well, you know, the cask strength in my case has been doing the oxidizing thing for like 6 months, and the other one was a fresh. But this one here is the Ardbeg Kelpie. That's what I like to call the Ardbeg Kelpie. And I used the little part of the song from Jethro Tull called the Kelpie at the very beginning of this this video. But without any further ado, I will get this guy open. Oh, it's got a 3-part thing to make it more difficult than it has to be. Oh, come on, you. Joyful and triumphant. There we go. We got the Ardbeg Kelpie right here. This, I had a bitch of a time trying to find this anywhere. Here on Vancouver Island, Victoria, the south end of Vancouver Island. And I saw it at the store in Langford. And when was that? That was the 20th of December 2017. So I never saw Kelpie anywhere else except at this particular store in the Western Communities, west of Victoria. And I paid $164.99. Liquor tax was $16.50, and the goods and services tax was $8.25. The grand total was $189.84. $190, almost $200. So let's see if this lives up to the $200 that I paid, or almost $200 that I paid. But you know, just finding this stuff was difficult enough. I know other people in other parts of the world get it regularly. It's easy to find these things, but around here, you have to hunt. You have to hunt. You have to hunt around to find what you're looking for. I actually got Whoa, that's a quig and a half size pour, but I'll probably do it justice. I was able to get another Ardbeg today, and that was the Grooves. The Grooves is hard to find, or around here it's really hard to find. But let's do some concentrating on the Kelpie for the moment. Oh. In case you didn't know, the Kelpie is like a mythical creature that sort of skulks around the shore line. And, you know, there's often some vegetation growing out of the ocean, and like things like kelp and, I don't know, cattails and all kinds of things like that. And the Kelpie is kind of a creature from the Black Lagoon, from the edge of the ocean, that would grab young girls who were walking by the seashore. And this Kelpie would just grab them and devour them. And yeah, mythical creatures. So this is named after that mythical creature beast that goes after young girls who are walking by the seashore. Or should we say, by the shore of the ocean. Now, I'm getting some peat. I'm getting some seaweed and things like that on the nose. But it's not overpowering. It's quite pleasant, actually. What does it say on here? On the back of the bottle of this Ardbeg Kelpie, as deep as the sea that surrounds us. Oh, that's very fine print. Even though I got new glasses with a stronger bottom part for focusing on reading, I still need this glass. That really is fine print. Over the seas. Yeah, okay. I'm having trouble reading. This is really fine print. Over the seas to create Ardbeg Kelpie came virgin casks crafted from oak grown on land in the Ardbeg Republic, leading down to the Black Sea coast. Okay. Renowned for imparting incredibly deep flavor notes. Only a handful of whiskeys have ever been produced using this kind of cask. Herbal aromas. Okay, I'm not going to read that. I'm going to gloss over that and tell you what I think. And you know, my limited experience, I might be, I can't be wrong, but I'll tell you what my impressions are, since they want to put tasting notes and nosing notes. I got the seaweed. I got the gentle, rather gentle peat. What else am I getting on the nose? Is there anything hiding underneath the peat? I think I got some vanilla. I'm sure I got some vanilla. Seaweed. I think of the color green when I nose this. Like everything's green, like vegetation, like. Let's taste it. Mm. Right away, I'm getting a lot of woody notes. I'm getting sawdust. I'm getting door planings. I'm getting a lot of fresh oak. This must be the Black Sea oak of which they talk. This wood gives a lot of flavor. A lot of flavor. And somehow the oak, the wood, manages to marry beautifully with the Ardbeg kind of peat. And the Ardbeg peat is iodine. It's medicinal. It's not as tarry as something like from Lafroig, but it's not as bonfirey as something that you'd get from Port Charlotte. It's distinctly Ardbeg kind of peat. Mm. Oh, and it marries so well with that wood. That is delightful. The interplay between the peat and the wood. I think the last sip I took was a little bit too much. I'm going to take a very small sip now. Small sip. Oh yeah. The wood and the peat are so well integrated with each other that the two flavors make one. The door planings, the sawdust, and the vegetation that isn't quite rotten of the peat. Ah, this is delightful. And then you've got that seaweed thing going on too. So it's complex. It's very complex, and I like the way it comes together. Oh, this is nice. You know, I've been kind of lukewarm on average about Ardbeg's special releases or non-age statement releases over time. I've had things like the Ori Verdes. I've had what else have I had from Ardbeg? I've had a few of them, and some of them left me kind of disappointed, and some of them left me really enjoying things like Cory Vrecken, you know, and Ugadal. I don't like Ugadal. I tried it and it's meh, so. But this is a lot nicer than the Ori Verdes. It's softer than the 10. But I think what brings it together is oh man, it's a little bit hot. It's a little bit hot as I swallow it. I believe it's only 46. Yeah, it's only 46% alcohol, but it's a little bit hot. However, if you take a small enough sip, even though I've had a pull of water since the last sip, I'm still getting peat all over my mouth. I'm still getting seaweed all over my mouth. I'm still getting wood door planings and sawdust. And the nose is rather pleasant too. Seaweed, brine, some smoke. Yeah, this smoke is there definitely. I'm getting... Oh, what is that? Like I said, it's a little bit hot. There's something of that smoke that reminds me of rubber floating mattresses. Rubber mattresses that float on the water, and you can lie down on this floating rubber mattress, and the taste of it reminds me of the smell of what the rubber mattresses was like, if that makes any kind of sense at all. I can imagine myself floating on a lake with this nose. It's got the complexity. It's got enough complexity. And the wood influence is so strong. Wow. A lot of oak. A lot of smoke. Some seaweed, and you get the Kelpie. Slancheva?
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food quick.
Yeah.